Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a package to open for you. So this is coming by way of Blade Runner HQ. So this is a knife dealer that I really hadn't heard much about until recently. They had a little bit of a break-in at their shop, and some stuff went down, and it kind of just, people were talking about them on Facebook, and I was mostly introduced to them by Alice over at Alicord Paracord. So big shout out to Alice for connecting me with RJ over at Blade Runner HQ. I really appreciate that. And they were kind enough to send me some stuff to check out. These are in on loan for me to review and send back, but they also sent some swag. I'll link Blade Runner HQ down below. I do not have an affiliate link or anything. Just checking out their knives and gonna give my opinion on these suckers. So they sent me some really cool stuff here. So they have this mascot, and if I remember correctly, his name is Snuggles the Bear. And he is obviously their store mascot. They've got, wow, they got a ton of stuff with this guy on it. And he's kind of this demon bear, which is awesome, in my opinion. He's got a knife in his hand. Looks like he's got an OTF in his hand. He's got some buttons for eyes. He's all stitched up. And he's got a crowbar in this one, which is kind of ironic. Maybe these are new. He's got some stuffing coming out. Oh, it's awesome. And they basically do a store kind of anniversary thing for the store, but they call it, it's like his birthday, Snuggles' birthday. And they have like makers and stuff come, and it's kind of like a mini show, which seems really, really cool. So I'm definitely going to give away a bunch of these guys. I'm going to keep one for sure. And then I'm going to take these three, and I'm keeping one of these stickers too. These are so cool. It's got one with a little hammer there. Got one with the OTF. I'm going to keep the crowbar one. And they are big, I believe, Microtech and Heretic. They're a big dealer for those guys. We have keychains with it. I mean, this is wild. So I think all this stuff is going to go into the giveaway bin. But I'm definitely keeping these for myself. And then we have a couple of knives, but we also have this cloth, it looks like, which is really nice. Holy cow. So, oh, it's made by Dragon Cut Design. They make a lot of the pouches for makers. And this is a microfiber cloth with Snuggles on there, which is pretty dang cool. Let me just double check and make sure I'm getting that Snuggles name right, because I'd feel like a pretty big idiot if I got that wrong. Yes, it's Snuggles, S-N-U-G-G-L-E-Z, Snuggles. And they have a birthday EDC swap on May the 4th. So if you live in, I believe they're in Tennessee. If you live in Tennessee, then you can head over to Blade Runner HQ on May the 4th, and they're having a little bit of a party, which is pretty dang cool. They also wanted me to mention that they are on Whatnot. So there's an app called Whatnot where companies do like auctions and stuff for knives or for anything. Like I've seen comics and stuff on there. I don't know too much about it. This is a freaking fantastic cloth. I might have to keep this and keep it next to my desk here for disassemblies and such. It's got Snuggles on there. So it's an app for that kind of stuff, and they're on there, and apparently they're like the #1 knife and EDC company on there, or #1 seller for stuff like that. So check it out if you're on the What Now app, or is it Whatnot? What was it? Sorry. I sound like a boomer, don't I? Whatnot. W-H-A-T not. Check the app out. But here's some more Snuggles keychains. Holy cow. Thank you, RJ. Appreciate that, man. So let's check this out. We have Heretic. I asked to check out a couple of Heretics, and I don't even remember what this is. Oh, that's right. It's the Beans Blades. So, Beans Blades is a custom maker, and he has this mini warrior folder made by Riot that is recently released. It's M390 and black PVD. Looks like it's jungle wear crosscut. That sounds cool. And I think, if I remember correctly, it's like a big-ass Tanto blade. Not really my style, but I wanted to check it out because I just like to check stuff out, right? So let's get it open. Got the Divo knives nipper. The nip light. So here we go. Oh, this is actually really cool. I like the design. I love that pivot. Look at that. Look at that pivot. 6-gun pivot. Cross-cut jungle wear. That is wild, man. It's going to be expensive, though. I bet these are in the $400 range just because of that. Dead nut centered. Beautiful backspacer. Everything's lined. I mean, it's Riot. Clip is very tight, but, I mean, it has ramp. It looks like it should work. I don't know if that relief would get in the way, but... one thing right off the bat that I don't like personally is the one-sided inlay. I'm just not a fan of one-sided inlays, especially as a lefty, because like this is my side, and I get stuck with the frame lock, you know. But that's just a thing for me. Let's see how this detent is. Yeah, see, that's Riot right there. That's how you know it. That's one great thing about Riot. They know how to dial a detent. Like, that fires out of there. I had to put some pressure on that and ride it to pop. It's not just leaking out, which is what a lot of OEMs would do, and it just kills the whole knife. This is a wild looking blade. So if you're into crazy Tantos or you want like a little chisel edge to do shit with, this is your guy. Now, I'm not sure anybody would actually hard use this. It's probably a relatively expensive knife. That flipper tab is nice. I mean, you got jimping all the way down, and you can get it up here and light switch. Whoo! You hear that? Light switch. Pow! Or you can get on top and push button. That's really nice. That is a great flipper design. Yeah, I dig that quite a bit. It's a heavy detent, guys, for a heavy blade. So it's nice and stout. You also have a fuller, so let's see. Yeah, you're going to have to give it some gas, baby. Ooh, just because of that detent, you know, you can't come up here and be babying it. You got to come down low so you get that center of gravity down lower, and then you can really fire it out. Now, left-handed, we're not going to have much luck because we're going to be on this lock bar. It's just not going to happen. I got to get up here and then ring it out. It's going to be a toughie left-handed, yeah. Ergonomics, let's feel that out. I like the shape of the handle. You got a little finger cut here and then a groove. So, yeah, I mean, it fits my hand. I have a large glove-sized hand, and it fits the full hand on there. It's right-handed for you. Perfect fit for me. Now, in my opinion, this is what I would classify as a flipper choil. So I would come up here on this and choke up just like that, and then I can use it. I mean, it's basically a choil. I have no issue with this at all. Obviously, if you're hard using, you don't want to slide up on there, but for me, yeah, I'm mostly just going to be, do I have anything? Actually, you know what? This isn't my knife, so I'm not going to use it. But, yeah, I think this would be a decent cutter. I mean, oh, whoa, that is some thick stock. Look at that. Look at that stock, dude. And then you have a pretty short grind. So I'm going to go ahead and guess this is going to be a thick boy. It is sharp. So this isn't going to be a mega slicer or anything. It'll get the job done, of course. But this is more of a hard use, heavy duty type knife, I would say. Just because of the stoutness of this grind and the Tanto, the way it's set up. But, I mean, it's kind of nice. You get a decent tip here and tip here. Those are not weak-ass tips. Like, those are ready to go. A lot of times, Tantos just have like, oh, here's a little tip for you. And you could just round the shit out of it when you sharpen. But this is like, boom, boom. I believe this is what you would call an American Tanto. Very nice. And there's the Beans Blades logo. Check that out. And you have M390 over there. So not too much on the marking. Action's nice. This will break in. Man, this is good. I like this knife a lot. So check this out at Blade Runner HQ. This is the Beans Blades Mini Warrior. So I assume there's a full-size Warrior either already out there or coming, or maybe it's a custom knife, the full size. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on this. You have PVD, I assume, not DLC. Yep, PVD all over. Satin screws. And then you have that jungle wear. And you have Riot construction. Very nice. So this is the Heretic Jinn. I've been wanting to review one of these for a little while, and well, they had one, which is awesome. So it comes in this foam box. I don't think there's anything under there, so I'm not going to rip it up. We have a weave carbon fiber one, which I really like American companies doing this weave carbon fiber. Just gives me ZT feels, and I love that old ZT. We are centered. And this is from Heretic, and this is their slip joint design, guys. Now, one thing that kept me from buying this myself is the clip. It's a slip joint. I don't want a clip. Sure, you could take it off, but then you have this kind of ugly, yeah, I just don't even like this over here. Great, it's reversible, but you just have like a cutout with a screw in it. It's kind of ugly. I wish they would do like a no clip version of it, but the clip is short and tight, so it is smooth under there, so it might work really well anyway. But give a little Heretic pivot, and let's give her a pull. Okay, looks like we got some oil on the blade here. So this is going to be in CPM Magna Cut. I am not sure if Heretic has bumped up their HRC. I know when I had an OTF last year, they were coming in at 60 to 61, which everybody was complaining about. I think they may have bumped it up to 62 to 63 or something. And I think that actually is a filler tab. Now that I'm looking at it, I think that is a filler tab. So that can reverse. I wish they would have just made that screw sit flush in the filler tab. Then it would have been really nice. But it sits on top like that. The walk and talk is good. I mean, this is for an American-made slip joint like this. Very modern looking. This is very good. I mean, it's much better than like the tactile Bear that I've had in the past. One thing I don't love is the fuller is back here. And when you have a slip joint, you really want to grip it like up here. That's kind of how I want to grab. I don't really like being back here because you're closer to the pivot, makes it harder to open. It does work though. The pull is soft enough. It's probably, you know, a 5 out of 10. See how the spring is. Spring is flush there. And this is a little bit of a different style construction. Flush here and flush there. Very well done. Nice stone wash. Really kind of heavy stone wash. I like that quite a bit. She's sharp, that's for sure. And I love a sheep's foot blade. You guys know I love a sheep's foot blade. Very comfortable in hand, large enough. You know, here's what I was carrying today. This is my Jack Wolf Little Bro Jack. And you can see the size comparison here. And yeah, I mean, it's a good size for a slip joint, I think, for EDC. Not too big, not too small. You can see the walk and talk on this. A little bit snappier. That's definitely my preference, but this is good. You know, what I don't want is to be able to easily close it on myself, and it's borderline. It's borderline for that. You could easily close it one-handed, but I think it's good, man. Something green down in there. I don't know what that is. Look at that. See that? Some green shit in there. Is that like a... Are those washers? Green washers? I don't know what the hell that is, but that's kind of cool. I'm not taking it apart. Slip joints are rough to take apart, but I like it a lot. So you'll probably see another video on this, or at least another kind of rapid review session. Very lightweight, comfortable in hand. I mean, this is definitely a great little EDC to have. And again, that walk and talk is going to break in really well. They could go a little stronger on the spring, but I think most people would prefer this. That's beautiful. Great job on that, Heretic. And then this one is different. This is actually a Heretic flashlight. And I just asked, like, hey, do you have this? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, shit, I'll check it out. And I'm pretty sure it's very familiar to me, the setup. So let's just close this up and we'll talk about it. This one's called the Hyperion. It's in DLC black. It's titanium. And this is actually a 18350. So you have an 18350 battery. You got a really aggressive head on this. Crenulated bezel. You can see that right there. And what you have is a glow gasket. And it looks like... I don't think you have secondaries. That would have been really cool on something from Heretic, I think. So we got to see what kind of driver they have in here. Oh, they have a Dr. Jones driver. So this is an H17F driver. It comes with one of these Demon Fire batteries. Every time I get one of these, I throw it away. I just don't trust it. But high capacity, I'm sure they're fine. It's just, I'm weird about it. But yeah, you get a McClicky switch, looks like. So very standard when it comes to custom flashlights. Look at that. I mean, pretty good on the threads. Here's my Hanko I'm carrying today. And these essentially have the same build. I mean, triple emitter, McClicky switch, 18350, glow gasket. Mine is a Quantum Dragon, so I have the secondaries. But these come stock with a H17F. But just so you can see the size comparison here, they definitely beefed this up on purpose. It didn't need to be that big. They made it that big. You have a Raylight Lan Apple, which is about the same length. Barrel flashlight, M2JN. And a Laulima Starfall, just to give you some comparisons here. Do I have anything people might have? Here's a DR4V2 or whatever it's called with a 16... This is an 18650 tube. So you can see it's the same length as the 18650. All right, I'll shut up. They have a nice setup for the switch. It looks like you can actually unscrew the tail cap. So I'm not going to do it because this is not my light. But you can see here, you don't have like an O-ring tucked around the switch. So you're actually going to unscrew this. I would take the clip off because the clip is hitting the frame and you're going to scratch it up. But take the clip off and then you could screw this off and you could put a new cover on here, adjust your switch, whatever you wanted to do. At least that's my take. I love this black DLC. Then we're going to have a, we're going to have a moonlight. You can adjust that to be very, very low. Then you're going to have a low, medium, and a high. And if you double tap, you'll get turbo. So double tap for turbo because it's an H17F driver. If you guys are interested, I have a whole video on how to program this driver. Just search Dr. Jones under my channel. Very cool. I don't know what the emitters are. I guess it doesn't tell you, right? Hyperion, it just says black. Yeah, they don't give you any COA with that kind of nerdy information for us light geeks. My guess would be it's a 219C 5K would be my guess, which is the same as this. Get this nice and bright for you. So that's the same. Pretty dang close, right? Can barely tell a difference. So I think that's what this is. 219C5K. Very cool. I mean, if you're into flashlights like me, if you're a nerd, I think this is really nice. Or if you're a knife guy and you just want a cool ass flashlight, I get it, right? Heretic is a big popular brand in knives, and maybe you have one of their OTFs you love, and then it's like, perfect, I can get one of their lights. This is a really well made custom flashlight. That's the way I would put this in that category. Very well dialed in. I just think personally it's a little too beefy up here for me. I like something that'll slip in my pocket a little bit easier than this, but I don't think it would be bad or anything. And guys carrying stuff like this are probably fine with something like this. This is a great combo right here. Look at that. So there we go, guys. Let me know what you think about the unboxing here from Blade Runner HQ. I don't know if you guys would want to see me get more stuff in from them. I really like RJ, and I really like the store. I really like Snuggles the Bear. And they have interesting stuff that I don't normally check out a lot, and that's a kind of a cool avenue for me. I think I could be able to check out OTFs and stuff like that. Maybe, you know, stuff I wouldn't necessarily buy to review, but I would happily check out, you know what I mean? So we have the Beans Blades Mini Warrior. We have the Heretic Knives Jinn, and we have the Heretic Knives Hyperion Flashlight. Let me know out of these which one you would pick up. Which one would you take home? Personally, I would probably take the slip joint just because it's the most practical in terms of what I would carry and use. And I love that they did a carbon fiber only, you know, setup with this. That's super lightweight. I do think this is excellent. The quality is fantastic. It's just a little bit big and beefy for my taste, but if it's your style, it's extremely well made, and that's the same with this flashlight. So check out Blade Runner HQ. I'll link them down below, and again, check out their Whatnot on your phone. It's an app where you can check out auctions, and I guess maybe they have better pricing there. I'm not sure how all that works, but thank you to RJ. Again, big shout out to Alicord Paracord, and I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.